Hi, everyone. So I have been autistic for a whole fucking year. And it has been, I've known I'm autistic for a whole year. And it has been mostly positive, I would say. I am so glad that I know that I'm autistic. I have some time before I have to leave for therapy. So I thought that I would record and just talk about like how fucking wonderful it feels to know myself, like to know all of me. You're not going to ever know all, well, I guess I shouldn't say it that way, but you guys know what I mean. Like, it just feels so fucking good to know that I'm autistic. Like, this past year, oh my God, when I found out, I was in despair because I was as ignorant as a lot of people are about what the fuck autism is. And I literally thought that, like, I had been given a death sentence. And now, like, I regret feeling that way, obviously, but like I had the same kinds of thoughts and stuff about autism not the same kinds of thoughts. I think I just really didn't know anything really about autism. Which that's kind of sad. Like, you shouldn't have to be autistic to know about autism, but like, that's what we're here for, to let everybody know that, hey, y'all have it fucking wrong. But yeah, like once I started learning more about myself, reading more books, finding other people like me via podcasts and like articles and stuff, I felt like, I don't want to say reborn because that sounds fucking dumb, but like, I don't know. I just feel like, I am a brand new person experiencing the world kind of for the first time in a lot of ways, if that makes sense. First off, none of this would have happened if I hadn't been in therapy and been like trying to work on myself. Like, you don't just discover you're autistic if you're not doing like the work, I would think, unless you have people to point it out to you that they think that you might be autistic. But where was I going with that? I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, I'm a new person. I know why I do things now. I know why I don't like being out at stores with a bunch of people. Like, and I know, like, what I mean is it goes beyond, oh, I just don't like being around people. Because now I have, like, actual explanations. Like, I don't like the sounds and the lights and all the noise and all the people everywhere, because it's not just the people, it's the whole experience. So now I know why I'm like that at stores. Now I know, like, okay, if I'm going to go out today, this is where I'm going to go. This is all I can do. Like, that kind of stuff. When I'm having, like, when, like, emotions come out of nowhere, it seems like I know why that seems that way. And I know that, okay, there's been some signs I probably have missed. It's just like I have explanations for everything I do. And I don't think I'm a stranger on this planet anymore because I have a tribe. You guys are my tribe, even though we don't know each other. But it's just nice knowing that you have a fucking tribe and that you're not like a tribe of one trying to like fucking make it through this world, because it's so hard. And knowing I'm autistic has kind of like resulted in other things I've been talking about recently that haven't been going quite the way I'd hoped that they would, but that's okay, because I have like a new perspective on myself and just things in general. Not like a new perspective like I just came up with it yesterday, but like through this past year, working on myself, trying to understand what the fuck autism is, listening to other people describe experiences that are eerily similar to the ones I've like had, it's been a roller coaster for the last year. And I hate to keep bringing up my age, but I'm going to. I'll be 40 in like a week. I'm excited. I thought that I would miss my 30s, but I do not. I just need to get the fuck out of these 30s and get to my 40s, because I heard that like 40 is when you really start living your life if you've got your shit together for the most part. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm coming up on 40, and despite some of the stuff that I have that's going on that isn't the greatest, I feel fantastic, because I know myself. And sorry if I'm just like kind of yelling into the phone, but like, I don't know, like I know myself now. And I don't have to sit there and explain myself to people who don't really know me that well and are just going to come up with their own judgments anyways. Like, I don't have to let that stuff bother me anymore. I don't have to sit there and, sorry, that was my cat. I don't have to sit here and be like, okay, I haven't left the house in like 3 or 4 days, so I probably should go out for at least 15 minutes so that people don't think I'm like a shut-in. Like, I literally like was just living my life mostly for other people, or in the way that I thought I was supposed to be living, given all the stuff that like I have been told about myself over my lifetime, most of that not even being true. I just have freedom to be me, and I have spent way too many years caring about how I'm coming off to people and still getting it wrong, apparently. Like, as much masking as I've done, you don't get it 100% right all the time. But I don't have to worry about that anymore. Like, I literally do not care. Like, last week, I lived the best week of my life. I ordered out ramen every fucking night. It probably wasn't a good idea for my bank account, but I had a little extra money, and I found this one restaurant that makes really good, like, authentic Japanese ramen, and I just ordered that every night. For the last week, I got, like, cookies and ice cream delivered to me. I'm not over here like blowing up or anything. Like, my weight, I'm fine. I'm just like, I was living my best life. I ordered like all kinds of stuff. I went out and did things I haven't done before. I don't know. Last week was a really good week, but I think that was kind of a tangent. That doesn't really have anything to do with anything. Yeah, so I'm autistic, and I feel great. And I have no idea where I would be right now if I didn't figure this out when I did. You know, like, life is just fucking weird like that. Like, would my life be drastically different if I didn't figure this out? Compared to how it is now, yes, it would still have been the same old bullshit, just trying to get through each day as best I can. And I don't live like that anymore. Like, I look forward to waking up. I look forward to my morning routine. I look forward to having the house to myself the majority of the time, doing my own thing, keeping busy, learning things. Like, autism is definitely a special interest. I don't think that's going to be going away, because there's still so much I have to learn about what it means to be autistic, because I only have 1 year worth of research and personal, like, experience, like, knowing I'm autistic to go off of. And that's not very long compared to like 39 years or 38, whatever the math is. That's not a long time. So I know that there's so much more for me to learn about myself and about being autistic, and just about like accepting that the world just isn't really made for us. I hate to be another person that says that, but it's true. Like, I would love to have an autistic community. Like, by the way, like, I'm getting ready to go to therapy, so you shouldn't be surprised that I'm all over the place, but I think there should be like a gated community for autistic people. This is probably like the wrong thing to say, but it would just be so nice to live like in a completely autistic community, just to see what it would be like. You know, like, remember that show years ago that they tried on TV called Utopia, and it was supposed to be some like reality show where people were going to create like the perfect way of living. And of course that did not happen. Like, that is never going to happen. But I would imagine that if you had a community of autistic people, shit would be great. Like, stores would be quiet. There wouldn't be tons of lighting everywhere. People wouldn't just be making noise to make noise. We wouldn't have to explain ourselves to each other. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't be judging each other, I would hope. If somebody was having a meltdown, like, oh yeah, we know what that's like. You know what I mean? Like, just complete acceptance and comfortability. I wonder what that would feel like. Because I'm still living in a neighborhood of normal people, or ordinary people. I did not say normal. I did, but I didn't mean that. I mean, I still kind of feel like there's autistic people that live on this street, but we don't talk to each other. So we all just live in our little boxes and enjoy our lives, I guess. But I wonder what that would be like to feel completely, I don't know if anxiety free is the right way to say it, but just like to leave the house and not have nearly as much anxiety as I do regarding wherever I'm about to go. Because like in the back of my mind, I'm always like, my car is going to break down, but it's not. Like, I take care of my cars now, but I just wonder what that would be like. I would like to have somebody create like a utopia-like universe, but don't call it utopia, obviously. Call it like autistic land or whatever the fuck. And like put a whole bunch of us there and like see what happens. And then, you know, like to make things interesting, why don't you just make a whole reality TV show with like kind of like a Survivor thing where like you got on one island all autistic people, and then you got on the other island all ordinary people, and then let's give them, I don't know, 2 months and see what they can make of themselves in 2 months. What will the communities look like? What will the relationships be like? What will the interactions be like? I'll bet you that there will be huge fucking differences between the two groups. And I know it sounds like I'm being judgmental right now, and I am. Oh well. I have therapy, so I can get it all out there too, and then just go back to trying not to be judgmental. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here today and say I am proud to be autistic. I don't really care anymore if anybody knows. Like, if I tell my neighbor, whatever, I don't care anymore what people think. And that is such a huge relief to just not give a shit. I mean, I still do, and I do care what people think, but not in half the situations I did before I found out that I'm autistic. So, I'm excited to see what this next year brings. I'm excited to learn more about autism, to continue finding resources. And, you know, it sure would be nice if, like, I don't need validation that I'm autistic because I know I am, but I sure would like to have a diagnosis. Like, I wish that I lived near a place that does them, that is affordable, that you don't have to wait like a year to get in to be evaluated, because I would just like to have the official diagnosis of autism, because you never know, like, who the fuck knows? Society is not headed in a good direction, in my opinion. So, I need whatever perks I can get going forward. So who knows, maybe someday they'll invent like parking just for autistic people, like way in the back, by the back entrance of a store. I don't know where I'm going with that. But anyways, I should probably get off now and get ready to leave. But yeah, I thank you for listening to this podcast, by the way. I know I didn't start this as soon as I found out. I waited a few months, and then I got like so irritated because it was so difficult to find podcasts like by people that like I can relate to that are autistic. It was so difficult. And so I just started one, and I still have anxiety when I do it, but there's a bunch of you listening, and I appreciate it. And I hope that you relate. I'm assuming that you do if you're still paying attention, not paying attention, following along. I'm not paying attention. I appreciate you guys listening. It's just nice. It is nice to know that you guys are my people. And I know we're all different. Our autism presents differently. And it's just different in everybody. We're all different people, but we all have a lot of the same things in common. And I'm glad to know that, like, I have a family. I have a tribe of people. I'm not alone in this world. I don't feel like it was a mistake that I was born. I don't feel any of those things anymore. I don't think that, oh my God, I was born in the wrong time, or I'm on the wrong planet, or I don't have any of those thoughts anymore. And those used to be so pervasive. So I don't miss them. But anyways, that's all I got to say. Thank you very much for listening. And congratulations for finding out that you're autistic. Okay, bye.